Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 1st, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Compilation of Sri Krishna Chaitanya book
and the chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya asks Kala Krishna Das
Lord Chaitanya asked Kala Krishna Das to
leave
his
his
association. Under the section, the Lord's return to Jagannath Puri.
ভট্টাচার্য সব লোকে বিদায় করাইল, তবে প্রভু কালা কৃষ্ণ দাসে বোলাইল।
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then asked all the people to leave afterward. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for Kala Krishna Das, who had accompanied the Lord during his South Indian tour.
কৃষ্ণ দাসের পূর্ব আচরণ কথন। প্রভু কয়ে ভট্টাচার্য শুনহ ইহার চরিত, দক্ষিণ গিয়াছিল ইহ আমারও সহিত।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Bhattacharya, just consider the character of this man who went with me to South India."
ভট্টথারি কাছে গেলা আমারে ছাড়িয়া, ভট্টথারি হইতে ইহারে আনিল উদ্ধারিয়া।
He left my company to associate with Bhattataris, but I rescued him from their company and brought him here.
কৃষ্ণ দাসকে প্রভুর পরিত্যাগ, এবে আমি ইহানি করিলাম বিদায়, যাহা ইচ্ছা যাহা আমা শনে নাহি আর দায়।
Now that I have brought him here, I am asking him to leave. Now he can go wherever he likes, for I am no longer responsible for him. Purport: Kala Krishna Das was influenced and allured by nomads or gypsies who enticed him with women. Maya is so strong that Kala Krishna Das left Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company to join gypsy women. Even though a person may associate with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he can be allured by Maya and leave the Lord's company due to his slight independence. Only one who is overwhelmed by Maya can be so unfortunate as to leave Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's company. Yet, unless one is very conscientious, the influence of Maya can drag one away, even though he be the personal assistant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what to speak of others? The Bhattataris used to increase their numbers by using women to allure outsiders. This is factual evidence showing that it is possible at any time to fall down from the Lord's association. One need only misuse his little independence. Once fallen and separated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead's association, one becomes a candidate for suffering in the material world. Although rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kala Krishna Das was given another chance, as the following verses relate.
কৃষ্ণ দাসের ক্রন্দন। এত শুনি কৃষ্ণ দাস কান্দিতে লাগিল, মধ্যাহ্ন করিতে মহা প্রভু চলি গেল।
Hearing the Lord reject him, Kala Krishna Das began to cry. However, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not caring for him, immediately left to take his noon lunch.
কৃষ্ণদাসকে নিত্যানন্দ আদির নবদ্বীপে প্রেরণের পরামর্শ। নিত্যানন্দ জগদানন্দ মুকুন্দ দামোদর চারিজনে যুক্তি তবে করিলা অন্তর।
After this, the other devotees, headed by Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda, Mukunda, and Damodar, began to consider a certain plan. Purport. Even though a person is rejected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the devotees of the Lord do not reject him. Therefore, the Lord's devotees are more merciful than the Lord himself. Srila Narottam Das Thakur thus sings, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nishtara Peche Keba. One cannot be relieved from the material clutches without engaging in the service of pure devotees. The Lord himself may sometimes be very hard, but the devotees are always kind. Thus, Kala Krishna Das received the mercy of the 4 devotees mentioned above.
So although Kala Krishna Das had fallen under the control of the gypsies,
So although Kala Krishna Das had fallen under the control of the gypsies,
and thus was rejected from the further association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
and thus was rejected for further association by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
and I consider how to engage him in Krishna service.
They considered how to engage him in Krishna's service.
গৌড়দেশে পাঠাইতে চাহি একজন, আই কে কহিবে যায় প্রভুর আজ্ঞামন।
The Lord's 4 devotees considered, we want a person to go to Bengal just to inform Sachimata about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival at Jagannath Puri.
অদ্বৈত শ্রীবাসাদি যত ভক্তগণ সবেই আসিবে শুনি প্রভুর আগমন।
After hearing news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, devotees like Advaita and Srivas will certainly come to see him.
কৃষ্ণ দাসকে সান্ত্বনা। এই কৃষ্ণ দাসে দিব গৌড়ে পাঠাইয়া, এত কহি তারে রাখিলেন আশ্বাসিয়া।
Let us therefore send Krishnadas to Bengal. Saying this, they kept Krishnadas engaged in the service of the Lord and gave him assurance. Purport. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected him, Kala Krishnadas became very, very sorry and began to cry. Therefore, the Lord's devotees took compassion upon him, gave him assurance, and encouraged him to continue to engage in the Lord's service.
In Gaur Mandal Bhumi,
In Gaur Mandal Bhumi,
there's the Samadhi temple of Kala Krishna Das,
there is a Samadhi temple of Kala Krishna Das,
and his disciple Samadhi is nearby him.
and his disciple Samadhi are nearby him.
That means that Lord Nityananda
That means that Lord Nityananda
engaged him as a spiritual master.
engaged him as a spiritual master,
And he had also a disciple.
and he also had a disciple.
প্রভুর স্থানে অনুমতি গ্রহণ। আর দিনে প্রভু স্থানে কইল নিবেদন, আজ্ঞা দেহ গৌড় দেশে পাঠায় একজন।
The next day, all the devotees asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please give permission for a person to go to Bengal.
তোমার দক্ষিণ গমন শুনি সচিয়াই, অদ্বৈতাদি ভক্ত সব আছে দুঃখ পাই।
Mother Sachi and all the devotees headed by Advaita Prabhu are all very unhappy due to not receiving news about your return from your South Indian tour.
একজন যাই কহুক শুভ সমাচার, প্রভু কহে সেই করো যে ইচ্ছা তোমার।
One person should go to Bengal and inform them about the auspicious news of your return to Jagannath Puri. Upon hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Do whatever you decide."
So, Lord Nityananda, he had said, I need to send someone to Bengal.
Lord Nityananda, he had said that we need to send someone to Bengal,
But I didn't mention who.
but they didn't mention who.
Lord Chaitanya said, do whatever you want.
Lord Chaitanya said, "Do whatever you want."
মহাপ্রসাদ সহ কৃষ্ণদাসকে গৌড়ে প্রেরণ। তবে সেই কৃষ্ণদাসে গৌড়ে পাঠাইল বৈষ্ণব সবাকে দিতে মহাপ্রসাদ দিল।
In this way, Kala Krishnadas was sent to Bengal, and he was given sufficient quantities of Lord Jagannath's food remnants to distribute there.
কৃষ্ণদাসের গৌড়যাত্রা ও নবদ্বীপে শচীসহ সাক্ষাৎকার। তবে গৌড় দেশে আইলা কালা কৃষ্ণদাস, নবদ্বীপে গেলা তেহ শচী আই পাশ।
Thus, Kala Krishnadas went to Bengal, and he first went to Navadip to see Mother Sachi.
প্রণামান্তে সকলের নিকট প্রভুর সংবাদ বর্ণন। মহাপ্রসাদ দিয়া তারে কইল নমস্কার, দক্ষিণ হইতে আইলা প্রভু কহে সমাচার।
Upon reaching Mother Sachi, Kala Krishnadas first offered his obeisances and delivered the food remnants, Mahaprasadam. He then informed her of the good news that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from his South Indian tour.
প্রভু সংবাদ শ্রবণে সকলেরই আনন্দ, শুনিয়া আনন্দিত হইল শচী মাতার মন, শিবাস আদি আর যত যত ভক্তগণ।
This good news gave much pleasure to Mother Sachi as well as to all the devotees of Navadip, headed by Srivas Thakur.
These devotees are very life and soul of Lord Chaitanya.
The devotees are very life and soul for Lord Chaitanya.
And that Lord Chaitanya had returned to Jagannath Puri,
And that Lord Chaitanya had returned to Jagannath Puri,
gave all of them unlimited spiritual bliss.
and gave all of them unlimited spiritual bliss.
শুনিয়া সবার হইল পরম উল্লাস, অদ্বৈত আচার্য গৃহে গেলা কৃষ্ণ দাস।
Hearing of Lord Chaitanya's return to Puri, everyone became very glad. Krishnadas next went to the house of Advaita Acharya.
অদ্বৈত গৃহে গমন ও প্রভু সংবাদ বর্ণন। আচার্যেরে প্রসাদ দিয়া করি নমস্কার, সম্যক কহিল মহা প্রভুর সমাচার।
After paying him respectful obeisances, Krishnadas offered Mahaprasadam to Advaita Acharya. He then informed him of the news of Lord Chaitanya in complete detail.
অদ্বৈতের আনন্দ ও অন্যান্য গৌড়ীয় ভক্তের সহর্ষে অদ্বৈত সমীপে গমন। শুনি আচার্য গোসাঞ্জির আনন্দ হইল, প্রেমাবেশে বহু নিত্য গীত হুঙ্কার কইল।
When Advaita Acharya Goswami heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's return, he became very pleased. In his great ecstasy of love, he made a rumbling sound and danced and chanted for a long time.
Feeling unlimited happiness at the news of Lord Chaitanya returning,
Feeling unlimited happiness of the news of Lord Chaitanya's returning,
he started to roar, Haribo,
he started to roar, Haribol, Haribol,
dance and chant in ecstasy.
and danced and chanted in ecstasy.
হরিদাস ঠাকুরের হইল পরম আনন্দ, বাসুদেব দত্ত গুপ্ত মুরারি সেন সেবানন্দ।
Also hearing this auspicious news, Haridas Thakur became very pleased. So also did Vasudev Datta, Murari Gupta and Sivananda Sena.
আচার্য রত্ন আর পণ্ডিত বক্রেশ্বর, আচার্য নিধি আর পণ্ডিত গদাধর।
Acharya Ratna, Vakreshwara Pandit, Acharya Nidhi and Gadadhar Pandit were all very pleased to hear this news.
শ্রীরাম পণ্ডিত আর পণ্ডিত দামোদর, শ্রীমান পণ্ডিত আর বিজয় শ্রীধর।
Sri Ram Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Sriman Pandit, Vijay and Sridhar were also very pleased to hear it.
রাঘব পণ্ডিত আর আচার্য নন্দন, কতেক কহিব আর যত ভক্তগণ।
Raghav Pandit, Nandan Acharya and all the devotees became very satisfied. How many can I describe?
শুনিয়া সবার হইল পরম উল্লাস, সবে মিলি গেলা শ্রী অদ্বৈতের পাশ।
Everyone was very pleased and they all gathered together at the house of Advaita Acharya.
আচার্যের সবে কইল চরণ বন্দন, আচার্য গোসাই সবারে কইল আলিঙ্গন।
All the devotees offered respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya, and in return Advaita Acharya embraced them all.
আনন্দ সূচক মহোৎসব অনুষ্ঠান। দিন 2-3 আচার্য মহাসব কইল, নীলাচল যাইতে আচার্য যুক্তি দৃঢ় কইল।
Advaita Acharya then held a festival that lasted 2 or 3 days. Thereafter, they all made a firm decision to go to Jagannath Puri.
শচীর আজ্ঞা লইয়া সকলের পুরী যাত্রা, সবে মিলি নবদ্বীপে একত্র হইয়া, নীলাদ্রি চলিল শচী মাতার আজ্ঞা লইয়া।
All the devotees met together at Navadip and, with Mother Sachi's permission, departed for Niladri, Jagannath Puri.
This was the beginning of the annual trip
This was the beginning of the annual trip
of Navadip devotees to meet with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
to meet with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
They will go before the Rath Yatra
And they will go before the Ratha Yatra
and stay there for several months.
and stay there for some more months.
কুলীন গ্রামবাসীর আগমন ও মিলন। প্রভুর সমাচার শুনি কুলীন গ্রামবাসী, সত্যরাজ রামানন্দ মিলিলা সবে আসি।
The inhabitants of Kulhina Grama, Satyaraj, Ramananda and all the other devotees there came and joined Advaita Acharya.
খণ্ডবাসীর আগমন ও মিলন। মুকুন্দ নরহরি রঘুনন্দন, খণ্ড হইতে আচার্যের ঠাঞ্জি আইলা নীলাচল যাইতে।
Mukunda, Narahari, Raghunandan, and all the others came from Khanda to Advaita Acharya's home to accompany him to Jagannath Puri.
These villages, Kalinagram, Srikhanda,
These villages, Kulinagram, Srikanda,
there were many devotees of Lord Chaitanya who lived there.
there were many devotees of Lord Chaitanya who lived there.
So, as soon as they heard the news,
So, as soon as they heard the news
Lord Chaitanya was back,
that Lord Chaitanya was back
Jagannath Puri,
to Jagannath Puri,
they all decided to go there to see him.
they all decided to go there to see him. Thus ends the chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya asked Kalakrishna Das to leave his association, under the section the Lord's return to Jagannath Puri.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.